Yakumo.
Hi, Leo.
Welcome back to Yakumo and Lee's conversation.
Yeah, another week.
And so today we're going to continue the discussion from last time regarding Richard Bronson and his business philosophy, if you like. So, yeah, I think we're talking about the organizational structure. And so you mentioned something regarding a flat structure.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say so. I don't remember the exact wording that I read, but yeah, it's easier to understand. I think many people kind of know this.
Mm,
Yeah, flat organization versus hierarchical organization.
mm,
But that's the distinct, rough uh, difference between them. But
mm,
I mentioned about this is because it's simply something um, um, impressed me when I read his book, his
mm-hmm,
autobiography, something
mm-hmm,
like that.
mm,
Yeah, and we all know that he started his business from very young age, and
the student
and
magazine, yes.
yeah, and now he has become his company has become a group, not only companies but really a group. He
Mm,
tried to. We know that he tried to. Um, get into whatever he is interested in. Yeah, he mentioned about that. This is very important. That if he doesn't, if he is not interested in something, he would never get involved with that.
yeah, I think he said from quotation, quote
Yeah,
unquote, is like he need to feel the excitement.
yeah, excitement. That's very good word. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So one thing that impressed me a lot is he he said that he never let his company, any of his company, grow, overgrow.
Mm,
Um, like whenever he's whenever one of his company has grow um, has grown to a certain level, he would split the company into another one. So, um,
maybe
it's
that's why he has so many companies.
yeah, that's of course that's the direct reason why he has so many companies. But for good reason, I think is a very good reason. That the reason is he want to keep the energy inside that company because when a company is when a group is small, people have passion, good communication, something like that. He want to keep that, and he know that when the population exceed a certain level, this advantage will disappear.
Mm,
So he simply split the company into another one. Yeah, and turn out it worked very well. so he can keep his company, his group energetic, like like what you see,
Yeah,
just like himself.
obviously, he has been very successful building a company. Um, yeah, every time I think about this, it's like I don't know if this is the comparison, but in my mind, it's like, is Jesus the God? No, I don't know if this is relevant, but
You
it's
mean the appearance?
no, for Christians, Jesus is God. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just a God; it's the God.
Mm.
Capital letter. Because okay, if you imagine the company structure is like the world, yeah.
Mhm.
Then suppose the God is on top, yeah.
Yeah.
From our understanding, and then the rest, you have a different level of the nature, and then you have a human, okay. So which is not definitely not flat, yeah. It's not you cannot put the human and the tree in the same level, yeah. For me, I think the tree is higher based on the structure of the world. So that's why in my mind I was thinking, okay, a true flat structure is like human is God, like
Oh, yeah.
the kind
Yeah,
of
if you
ideas.
say so. So I would say that's not the wording that I've read. It's only a very rough this um a very rough categorization of what we're talking about. So the point is how to keep the company as a energetic organism, not not exactly to be flat. I
Yeah,
think yeah
I think
that,
it's a
that
bit, yes,
that's the
that's the
term that
key.
people use to talk about.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
people, I think, misunderstand the meaning. Yeah, being flat.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
try to just remove the hierarchy and
yeah.
remove the, because you can't have, for example,
Or you can take it relatively.
yeah,
Like yeah, no, you don't have to take it as perfectly hierarchical or perfectly flat. I don't think that's the idea. The idea is like these are uh, two ends of a continuum structure, organization structure. So
yeah,
you can choose the best for your company, for your organization. But the point is how to keep energetic. I think that's his point. How to keep the excitement,
yeah,
because when you lose the passion, everything is
yeah,
everything's just routine, and you don't. It doesn't work to invest routine, right?
yeah. I mean, from the, I understand the basic, goal that, for example, one umbrella, yeah. This is we have the originalizationism, or we have this general idea called L. Yeah, we have this brand, but under the brand, or maybe we don't see it is as, it's like you create one territory. Yeah, But under the territory, there can be many, many brands. For example, you are a brand, yeah? Me as a person is also a personal brand. I think that is like each one is a company. But when it comes to a corporation, I think, is there the basic, I think the basic, how do you say, you still need to have a basic function, yeah? So you're not going to put your brain and your hands at the same level, yeah? Because
Sure,
you can't function this way, yeah? It will be
sure.
hard, yeah? Or even you put your
You're
hands and your legs in the same level, you have to function.
you're
So
talking about chaos. You're
exactly,
talking about chaos. Of
exactly.
course,
It's
unless
about
it's
the unit. So you're talking about the one unit. If it's a person, yes, each person can be a brand. Yeah, even it's under some kind of group. So each company is like a person. Yeah, and each employee inside the company is also like a brand. I think that is. I think that's the idea to try to reach that. However, if you want to do this, you have to make sure each one they understand that, yeah. So they don't take it wrongly. For example, if I'm an editor, I shouldn't feel like I'm a director, yeah. Otherwise, there will be, if you are making a film, let's say a film production, uh, an editor start to feel like, okay, I'm going to decide how to shoot. No, then there's a problem, yeah. So
sure, sure. Of course, I don't think that's. Mm, I know what you mean, and of course, it's not the case we're talking about, right? We
mm,
know that if so, he won't be so successful. So
I I
yeah,
did I did experience many organizations like that. I
yeah,
think
but
you probably experience similar thing, yeah.
no, I think
Mm,
I would I would I would still make I would still um split them into different, all right, different types. So I think especially okay, the experience in Taiwan, uh, because many so-called entrepreneur, the so-called entrepreneur, they don't really, I think they don't really spend time to think about a functional organization. What, how should a functional organization be? I don't think they ever spend some time to think about it. So I would say it's they are not really the so-called flat organization. They are just cha- mm, chaotic, chaotic. They just it's only not knowing what are supposed to do. They are not they are not practicing the so-called flat organization. I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, I think this term really kind of sometimes really kind of make you
Misleading,
uh,
I think. Yeah.
yeah misunderstand the whole thing. But if we go back to the case, Richard Branson's case, the Virgin case, yeah, I have to emphasize again. I have to emphasize again. I think the point is how we know. I think he he really put his mind on it. He really want to reach this goal. How to make his company, make his colleagues keep their passion and still and bring their passion into this organization. How to take advantage, how to really use this passion to become the company's passion. And the rest are just some, I, I think, technique.
Yeah,
He
that's why
kind of
that's why he needs
developed.
people. That's why he needs people who want to. First, he or she has the passion. Second,
Yeah,
they want to be their own country. Because this idea is like, okay, do you want the big country, or do you want the many countries like a union? Yeah, like a union. So when you have many small country, like a small company, then each one can be the boss. Yeah, you can have your own company. But if the the it's a one big country, there's only one president. Yeah, like I think that the difference in terms of structure is also political. Yeah, talking about the people in the organization, they are trying to get to the top. Yeah, so there will be some kind of distrust or kind of competition, whatever. So I think instead of using the term flag structure, I think maybe it's better to explain this way that, okay, if you are in the version group, maybe one day you can very soon become a director of a company. Yeah. So that brings the motivation. I
yeah,
think that that's the main, because you don't want to always just be a staff, like
yeah.
ordinary stuff.
Especially when you have passion
Yeah, yeah.
for
So I think they really care about how do they recruit people.
Sure, sure. It's quite
It
obvious.
should be, it should be.
He
Yeah.
and he's very good at it. I think he's very good at it. I don't know how he learned to be so well, but he's really good at it.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
but he also made lots of mistakes. Yeah, I remember from his audiobook, I think one time, is it he or I think that's he. So basically, someone just took all the money, yeah, and left. Like, I think one of his
I don't remember
when
this one,
he
but
I, in
but
the
it's very
Virgin,
possible.
yeah, in the Virgin record period time, I believe, if I didn't mistake. So yes, it's still like, yes, you have this ability to choose, but a structure, a system or regulation can help you to filter and prevent this kind of problem. It's also
Yeah.
very important. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because
But he's
because
already very. I think he has proved his way uh, quite successfully, and nobody hits 100% for for whole life, right?
yeah, but the reason I mentioned this because if you talk about hierarchical structure, you actually refer to the function as well, the regulation and the system it builds. Yeah, because without those, it's very hard to prevent the problem, or who is taking the responsibility. Yeah, like if something goes wrong, are we going to blame each other, or
Yeah.
someone is going to take a responsibility, and that he has to be documented. He has to be regulated, and that's yeah, I think that also is the way to build the trust, because then how do we how should we work together. Yeah. So yeah, I just feel
Sure.
like many organizations they just ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually that's um usually it happen not sorry, not usually, but mostly I saw this happen in a company where where they think they are smarter than others. So they don't have to. They think it's a waste of time to set these rules to clarify the responsibility. I think it's a waste of time. Why don't you just support your colleague? They always say so, but it's not about supporting. It's about efficiency.
Yeah,
It's really about efficiency. If
and
if if you don't mention other things, at least it's about efficiency and productivity. And who doesn't want it? Everybody wants it. Every company wants it. But they, they don't know this is the basics of efficiency and productivity.
yeah, and also just the fact there'll be many people misuse this kind of concept. So yeah, especially people will just if there's nothing to follow, and they probably just do nothing. Yeah, and it's possible then eventually who is going to do the work. Yeah, or something happen, who is going to solve the problem. Yeah, they're going to push to each other. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think a basic guideline is always necessary. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to be responsible for that when I was when I when I
Assistant,
was in the manufacturing.
secretary. Yeah, you know, like
Uh, the exact
mm,
title is ISO representative,
okay.
and yeah, this is kind of the same story, but also a different story. Nowadays, many companies they try to get their certificate in ISO. There are
Mm-hmm,
many ISO.
mm-hmm,
Um, uh, just a standard, international standard.
mm-hmm.
But but the sad thing is only a few people know how it work. Only a few people knows that it might help. It might really help, but many companies they would get the certificate, but they don't follow the spirit, so they didn't get the advantage of it. Yeah, and the basic of ISO is to set this to clarify these responsibilities. Yes, and to do records so you can trace back You can trace back to any point if something is wrong. That's the spirit, but only a few people know. Only a few people come to aware that. So it's sad. People spend money on it and they don't know they can use it.
Where is very similar to getting a license and then you just drive whatever you you drive.
Yeah. People think that's the only thing I have to
Yeah,
do, and the rest is my freedom. The rest is, yeah, I can do whatever I want.
yeah.
But
I mean, without the
it's still a little
enforcement,
bit different. Yeah,
yeah,
still.
without enforcement is like useless. I know, you know, I saw many people here. They're driving. Obviously, they got a license, yeah.
Yeah.
But after license, they don't follow the rule. They don't respect the pedestrian. Um, but there's no enforcement. There's no, you know, since like there's no
You mean
law
in Canada?
enforcement.
You
Yeah, in
mean
Canada, in Toronto.
Toronto?
Yeah, yeah. So like then, what is the meaning to ask
Yeah.
them to get a license? Yeah, you want to keep it safe. Yeah, you want to keep the traffic well organized, and you want to make sure nobody get killed. Yeah, uh, but no enforcement. So it's similar to what you just mentioned. Uh, you're supposed to enjoy the benefit, but no. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. People didn't take that uh, take the process to get a certificate, to get a license as useful training.
yeah,
People just take it as
yeah. They
okay,
don't treat it as
another
a
route, another routine or another homework.
yeah, yeah. They don't treat it in a good faith. Yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's still, it's still different between getting a driving license and getting an ISO license, because um, the later case is really can really be helpful. Uh, but to get a driving license is like passing a test, just like passing a test. Yeah.
No, I'm
So
talking about the government point of view. I'm not talking about the drivers to get the license. As a government,
so you
they create a system,
okay.
yeah. So they ask people to get the license to pass the exam.
Yeah.
But eventually, you are supposed to use the system to improve the society or maintain some kind of safety. But
Yeah.
no, they don't do. So what's the point to ask people to get the license? Or
But this surprised me. I always think
yeah,
that it is quite better in Canada, especially back in Halifax.
small
Maybe
city,
Halifax is
small city
better.
better. Yeah, small city better. I think Toronto probably the worst.
I used to say that I used to tell people that people in Canada are well educated in traffic manner, because there are not many traffic lights. I don't know. How about Toronto? A lot of traffic light?
I think it's nothing to do so much with the traffic light. It's about the I hate to say that, but when I saw people who violate the law, normally they are from other cultures. Um, I
Yeah,
w-
yeah, that's what I saw
they
because
just they just bring what they are used to
yeah,
here.
because what I saw in Halifax is people kind of adapt or naturalize the habit that whenever I'm at the crossroad, I have to stop and
Yeah,
pause and um,
you probably see more
watch
white.
before I continue. Yes.
Yeah, when you came, you probably saw more white people. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
strange to say white people, but there's different
Yeah, if
combination.
you have if you start this habit since you're very young, then it just natural
But
to
it's also the issue of the government. I think they should somehow preserve the value here.
yeah, yeah,
It's like, okay, we don't want to be against the community, so we can be politically correct. Like, no, but the value we already Canada is already a very young country, and if you don't preserve your value, how can you neutral your culture? Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, and there are, as you said, to respect. Uh,
to I th-
it,
yeah,
it's a good
yeah.
value. Yeah,
The
um,
country is still too weak, too weak.
the policy and the way they deal with this kind of stuff, it's like they don't have principle.
Yeah.
It's like they're
Well,
afraid to
it,
to yeah
yeah, just it feels like they're just waiting to be bullied. If you do
yeah
so, you're waiting to be bulleted. You right?
yeah
And
yeah,
yeah.
and then you just
If you can
allow.
um if you can enforce in your own country, then what can you do? What else can you do? It's your own country. It's not in China. Right? It's
Yeah,
not in it's not in Hong Kong. It's
yeah,
in
the things I
Canada.
think they mixed, like, um you know because eventually, if you want to make sure the society is running well, then you are thinking about the universal value. Okay, and many of those value, well, some people don't believe that. Some people don't believe, what universal value, but let's say basic human right. Yeah, basic human dignity, respect each other, be honest. Like those, I think, um, should be something we try to maintain here. Um, but people somehow mix, like, okay, oh, but this is a Canadian where we are from different culture, and so we are different. No, like, you are still human. Yeah,
Do
you are.
as in Rome. Why not? Why shouldn't you? Right? Do as in Rome. You you're in
Yeah,
Canada. Why
yeah.
if you don't follow the Canada
But
way,
but
why do you
but people.
go to Canada?
The problem is people, when they come here, they think, okay, now we are Canadian, so can we can overturn that. Yeah, you understand the logic there. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
it's not so much like doing in Rome, because
sure. The
then
problem
then
is
people would misunderstand. Okay, if something's wrong here, should I do it too? Yeah. So I think it has to come back to some kind of basic human dignity, which is already missing in many places. Yeah, the many.
sure. So I always think that no matter you are an individual or a country, uh, this kind of value or whatever justice won't won't actually work unless have you really make yourself strong, right? If you just keep yourself weak, nothing's gonna be preserved. Nothing good is gonna be preserved to be maintained. So this is a good case. This is a good example. We all know that Canada is like, yeah,
Yeah,
how do you
probably
say?
no
Probably
principle.
too protected in the past by, I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah. But
So
Canada,
they didn't try to get stronger. They didn't think of, probably they never think of how to be stronger. But if you don't get strong, you don't get to protect anything you treasure.
I think
No matter you're
I don't even know if they want
but
to protect it. I think it's about the good
then
faith and the
that would be
principle.
another problem. Yeah,
Because
then that would be
when you don't have a principle, you don't have, your own. You don't understand. You are creating your culture. Then you allow. Yeah, you allow the. It's like we're talking about creating a company. Yeah, a brand. In the beginning, if you are weak, because you are not sure. Yeah, okay, what kind of concept I'm going to create, what kind of movement I'm going to create, what is my statement, and then you allow many people come to have different opinion and people they are going to tell you anything. Yeah, so if you don't have a principle or the core members doesn't they don't have a strong principle and belief, they are going to be influenced. Yeah, so then either it's not going to grow or it's going to go to a totally different direction. Yeah. Then as a country, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
that should be the case. That should be that sounds like what it is.
yeah,
So so the sad thing is it's not it's not strange at all. It's not surprising at all, right? It's not surprising,
yeah,
and
and like, and uh, going back to the Virgin case, it's like when you try to apply your principle, try to build your culture, and then there will be people start to say like, okay, so you are going to create a dictatorship. No, I'm creating a brand. Yeah, you're supposed to enforce your idea. Otherwise, what are you doing? Yeah, like I think well, they also mixed these, you know, two things. Like I think even we can see Richard Branson. He is, very friendly person. At least from the image. But I'm sure there are very strong principle there. He's holding, and through the way he's trying to enforce. Otherwise, you won't be like that today. You know.
yes, that's very obvious. If he's not
Otherwise, it can become like an Amazon. Yeah, like
if he's not um if he's not a psychologically strong person, mm, many of his
you can.
experiences won't happen. And he won't get so many
Yeah, he can basically
adventure. Yeah.
he can give up. After the prison time. Yeah, he went to the prison. Yeah. But he continue. He demand. What is in his mind.
So it's a very it's also a very good example of what is really strong? When we're talking about strong, normally we're talking about um, mentally, mentally, mental strength, right? Men, uh, normally we're talking about that. It's not that physical strength not important, but to be able um, to reach some point uh, to get to your goal, or even just to protect what you love. You all need you all need mental strength, and yeah, I think this is also a point that people will really appreciate, will really admire, like Richard Branson, are people who are mentally strong. And yeah, I think that's very essential. That's very basic for a person to reach his goal, no matter what kind of goal you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So yeah, mental strength. Maybe we can talk about mental strength someday.
yeah, and we can talk next time if you want. Because today I think it's been a good talk, and yeah, we can take a break from Mr. Bronson for now. We can, yeah, interesting case. There are a lot to talk about, and also cases study, and
Yeah.
in comparison, yeah. I hope my comparison with Jesus is not offending people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Thank you for today, and thank
Yeah,
you.
you too.
Yeah, thank you for everybody watching. So please remember to subscribe and share our channel. And you can leave your idea on the video if you want. I will see you next time.
See you.
See you. Ciao.